Steven Seagal month sadly continues with Kill Switch.
Put the knife down or I put you down.
I ain't finished yet.
Kill Switch stars Steven Seagal as Jacob King, a detective who is tracking down a pair of serial killers in Memphis. Alongside him is his trusty partner Elmo. The sky is purple, my back hurts, and thank God Seagal month is almost over because I have no idea what the hell is going on.
Man, I'm real close in this cipher, baby. Real close.
Pop Tot, you picked Kill Switch. What are your thoughts on this lovely movie?
I can no longer see in colors.
Yeah.
This was something else.
It was, yeah.
I guess it was supposed to be basically the genre I would say like a thriller.
Yeah. Like a 7 or something.
Seagal again had a heavy hand in writing the script.
He was credited with writing it, yeah.
That's why we have not one but two serial killer bad guys.
Yeah, because like I mentioned before, he thinks if he's fighting multiple villains, that makes him look better for some reason.
Yeah.
And
so you have Lazarus, who's the grifter. He's writing in this astrological code. Yeah. Which I'm pretty sure you could figure out from the back of a cereal box.
Yeah,
but
right.
He's got it all figured out. He has it all written down. It's ridiculous. And then there's like a guy at the beginning. I guess he's kind of a serial killer. I would just call him the hillbilly.
I would have done you last night, but you were so alive, sweet, fresh.
I guess the opening scene is showing how badass Seagal's detective is.
Yeah.
Hillbilly has put a bomb in this girl.
Yeah.
In her chest.
He attaches C4 wiring into her chest.
Yeah, so he's watching from the street, and Seagal figures out what apartment he's in. And he goes in there and then starts kicking his ass. And I watched this scene 3 times for you listening out there, so you didn't have to. There was 141, maybe 142 cuts.
Oh my God, wow.
Which why, hillbilly?
142 cuts.
Yeah.
Most valuable player, MVP. You get the MVP award.
Every Seagal movie has a star that isn't Steven Seagal. This one is the absolutely seizure-inducing editing. It is insane. My favorite word was Seagal. It's crazy.
Even when it wasn't like combat scenes or fight scenes.
You decoded the latest cipher?
I broke the code.
Wow.
When he chased Lazarus, he was following Lazarus, and they're like in this sewer system, and the edits are just brutal, nonsensical.
Pain hits fast, so get relief fast.
And I'm glad you brought that up. At one point, they're on the 4th floor, and then the guy runs out, and he's now suddenly on the floor, on the bottom floor. Yeah. But they're chasing each other through the sewer area, and it reminded me of a scene in Naked Gun with Frank Drebin. There was no aiming.
No, and there was no reloading.
There's an FBI girl that's observing him. I don't know who taught them how to hold a weapon.
No, it's...
like the way she was holding a weapon, and he holds his gun in every movie this way.
I mean, that chase scene that Lazarus just keeps throwing barrels in the way, like it was almost like a cartoon skit.
For fast pain relief, Tylenol Rapid Release Gels.
I don't even know what to say. And then the actress you mentioned, apparently Steven Seagal just continuously hit on her to the point where she actually yelled at him. So what you see on screen is actual real hatred, so much so that he went and wrote lines in the movie.
Well, the quicker I can get through this part.
The quicker I can get you out of my life.
No, the quicker we can get back to investigating the case at hand. Well, I was hoping we could talk in a place a little more...
No more charming? You know what? This is police work.
For other characters to just be shitty to her.
I know some of your expertise, because I can see at your age, you probably got a lot more expertise than we do.
Lots more.
You know what I mean?
How's your tummy, sweetheart? Heard you lost your lunch.
So everybody's just so shitty to this woman because she wouldn't sleep with him.
I'll take that as a yes.
You can do whatever you want. Now let's get on with it.
And then in the movie, in the script, they gave him a beat cop girlfriend. Her job was just to annoy him.
For some reason.
I have to work.
He was doing, trying to figure out the code in his office in this palatial mansion on a Memphis detective's dime. And she just walks around in her nightie, and he had no interest in her at all.
No interest. And then come to find out at the end of the movie, he already had a love interest. And these flashbacks that he's been seeing, you thought for some reason it was him, was actually his kid being taken or something. I have lost so much interest in the movie at this point that there's no point even talking the plot because there's no goddamn plot in this movie.
Still working on that grifter case?
I am.
Getting close to catching him?
I definitely am.
It is Seagal literally stroking his ego like you've never seen before. This is peak.
This guy, he's like a maniac.
I don't really do this in movies. I usually shy away from stuff like this and just cover my eyes. But he had this over-reliance on brutality that I did not understand.
Just broke a rib.
The pimp, he curb stomped his teeth
his teeth in
until his teeth fell out, and there's blood everywhere. And then the pimp runs out in the alley, and he has his teeth again. And they start shooting back and forth, Frank Drebin style.
Yeah,
and he gets shot. The pimp gets shot in the back, and some guys across the street get. I don't know. It was that bar scene alone. The fighting would not stop.
It wouldn't stop.
Just constant.
Yeah, and it's important to note that Seagal thinks for some reason being tough is just him relentlessly beating the shit out of people. So every 10 seconds you skip, you're not missing, maybe Seagal. No, it's just Seagal just smacking.
Do we have any kind of estimate of how many times he calls people baby in this movie? Because apparently,
at least it wasn't women this time.
What's on your mind, baby? Man, I'm real close in this cipher, baby. Real close. Hey, baby, what's happening?
Well, apparently he thinks that his way is the way people talk
in Memphis.
Yeah.
Lightning, do you know why I became a pathologist?
You're a coroner, man. Don't get carried away with the title.
In a rare occurrence, I watched this movie with Mama Tot next to me, and when I ended it, I had to prolifically apologize to her.
That's not protocol.
I'm not too good at protocol.
I begged her not to divorce me.
Yeah. Look at it at the time. I'm not looking at anything now. I'll look at it at the time.
There's cut scenes throughout about, as you said, his twin getting murdered by some guy. Mm-hmm. And we never get any kind of resolution or connection to that. And then at the end, the hillbilly shows up in his apartment, kills his beat cop girlfriend.
Yep.
Again, ruthlessly just murdered this hillbilly guy.
Here it comes! Here it comes! Here it comes!
And then he disappears, and his partner and the FBI shows up. They find his dead girlfriend, the dead guy, and there's a letter to his storm partner, and it's basically, it was good knowing you, I'll see you around.
For some reason.
I know my methods are unconventional, but hell, that's how I caught Lazarus. Take his confession for me, would you?
for some reason, because I mean, it was pretty evident that he had been framed by Lazarus.
And yeah, because that was the other part, was that they had found his DNA, and then for some reason they thought Jacob King, which is Seagal's character, had done it.
Jacob's DNA was found under the fingernails of the latest victim.
But that wouldn't make any sense.
Close, baby.
So he disappears, and then the next scene is Mercedes G-Wagon coming down a lane, and I was like, oh, maybe he's gonna knock on that door, and it's gonna be the old guy that killed his brother, and then you're like, oh, you're gonna get that resolution.
Nope.
What a shame.
No, he speaks Russian to this blonde lady.
Yep.
The kids call him Papa. There's a nanny that he's checking out in a really gross way.
Yep.
And then the blonde chick goes and takes her top off because, you know, it's a Seagal movie. We've got to see boobs.
Right.
And in the background, and Mama Tot pointed this out, for some reason there's like 1,000 gifts on the bed.
I don't know why.
Behind him.
And
I was like, and I'm like, so is he trying to say that he was a Russian agent the whole time?
And the funny part too is we get, I mean, this movie has egregious amount of body doubles, but I wanted to point out that when this woman strips down, mind you, there's like 2 minutes left in the movie. There is no reason, there's no reason ever in a Seagal movie to have a woman naked.
Pretty young girl like this end up like that.
I'm fine. I just threw up in my mouth a little bit.
But there's no reason at this point for this woman to be naked. There is no body double here. This is still Steven Seagal. And it's so funny because any other time, it's not Steven Seagal.
It had to piss you off because of all the dubbing.
My name is Jacob. It's gonna be okay. I promise you, we're gonna do something that's right away.
Oh yeah. There
was a lot of dubbing, especially in the fight scenes.
Kill your best shot.
I broke one of my cardinal rules, which I've done is several times with Seagal movies, is again, I am a very big believer in watching films all the way through. This movie is 97 minutes long. 97. It's an hour and a half. I had to take an intermission.
Someone understands me. Someone who appreciates my work. You're that one.
You think?
I took an hour nap like halfway through this movie because I was so exhausted.
Did you tell the uniforms?
No, why would I tell the uniforms, man? I need that crime scene preserved. Besides, we the detectives.
Yeah, I felt like I've had a seizure. I've felt like I was going to have another seizure watching this movie.
Because after the last two Seagal movies, I try not to look at the time, and I'm like, okay, this is enough. I don't know. I was actually going to call it quits. And then I looked at time, and there was 47 minutes in. I'm like, I'm only halfway through this movie.
Ironically, Shadow Man has been the best of the worst ones that we've picked. I mean, this is not better than Under Siege 2, but this is bad. This is very bad.
This movie got a genuine chuckle for me
a couple times
because of Storm's prank story on the FBI agent about the cannibal,
which was so stupid,
eating the clown.
He was bent over, chewing on him, eating his flesh and sucking his bones like it was the last barbecue rib at Rendezvous.
And I only laughed at myself because, being a father, I am now the king of dad jokes.
Yeah,
I had it figured out. I mean, most people would.
And you know what he said to us?
What?
Does this taste funny to you?
It was just so stupid.
It was so stupid.
I get it. He was eating a clown. Very funny.
Again, he wrote this movie. You get his dialogue that sounds like he's an alien that's never talked to human beings.
All right. Listen, Miss Leon. Did you ever have sex with him?
Not gonna walk though now, is he?
If he does, he will kill again right quick, and that's the truth.
One point when he holds a cell phone, and the way he holds the cell phone was driving me nuts. Like he had never held a cell phone before.
Yeah. You're joking.
The viewers might not know is Todd grew up with some hearing issues, so we've all in the family have gotten used to watching movies with subtitles. Yep. His Memphis accent was so bad that the subtitles couldn't pick up a lot of his language.
Yeah, they couldn't do it right.
Well, you drink too much. He does like these astrology things and this kind of poetry concerning the arcane and the occult and, close, baby.
It's like a mixture of his attempt while also being egregiously lazy, where it's just just saying things to say things.
All right, man, I'm just getting ready. I don't know about that, man.
And then he's wearing like a Japanese kimono at one point.
Yeah, and that scene where his partner came in and he's like, I'm an alcoholic, but I'm going to drink something. And then he left and it was just, I don't. As usual on Lost and Found, we rate things by lost, you leave it to the streaming black hole, you completely forget about it, or found, you seek it out on a weekend watch like we did, and enjoy.
It makes us look like assholes, don't it?
Pop Top, where are we putting 2000, I didn't give a shit, whatever this year, whatever was this movie, Kill Switch? Where are we putting Kill Switch?
Something ain't right, man. Something ain't right.
Actually goes to some of the point that I watched this movie, I did some research on this movie, and then right before we started recording, I had to look up the title of the movie again because I already forgot it.
I still can't remember it.
If you see this in a Walmart $5 bin, please, it is worth your time to spend $5. Buy it, take it home, urinate on it, and then set it on fire.
Yeah,
it'll make you so much happier than watching it.
It needs to be.
Would I approve waterboarding? You bet your ass I'd approve it.
It needs to be burned.
Seagal is so, at this point, is so full of himself.
Oh, he's full of himself. He's checked out.
These are just fever dreams.
Yeah.
Like.
Okay, now watch this. I'm just going to break the wrist and walk away. Break the wrist, walk away.
Jeez.
Narcissistic fever dreams, and it is just ridiculous.
It's a narcissistic fever dream of a 120-pound overweight, overly spray tanned, overdosed
and a shout out to Isaac Hayes, who plays the coroner in this. This is one of his final movies before he passed, and it's like, oh, Isaac Hayes, you didn't need that.
Right. Hold on, baby, you all right? Starting to see you more than a wife.
It's a travesty. I think
stay away.
The best thing you can do is find it.
Buy a bunch of copies. Do everybody in humanity a favor. Buy a bunch of copies and burn them.
I think the best thing you can do is when you go to Walmart and you look in the bin and you see it, you hide it from your Aunt Vicky and tell her that you don't buy that one because it is so bad.
Did you ever have sex with him?
Tell her to watch Submerged.
Yeah, watch Submerged. I hear Shadow Man. It's a pretty good movie.
I hear Shadow Man.
It's not that bad.
Come on, let me hear you say it just once. Come on.
You're insane.
No! No, the other thing. Come on, I know it's just dangling out the tip of your tongue. Let me hear it.
I think it's quite possible he picked one of the worst Steven Seagal movies there.
Wrong! Oh my God. All right. Yeah. As usual, guys, thank you guys so much for watching. Thanks for helping us get to 300. Let's keep going.
Oh, here at the back of the line.
Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you share it with Aunt Vicky and let her know that this is not worth watching.
Oh my God.
And we're always thankful for everything. And we'll see you guys on the next one. Bye, guys.
Thanks, guys. Oh, shit.
Did you ever have sex with him?